sympathize with him a little bit. I'm like,
Yeah.
you got ripped a lot. That would piss me off too.
Right.
But this Hauk Tuah girl, whoo!
What is that all about?
Have you seen it?
I've been seeing that.
Have you seen the video?
There's a video?
Oh yes. This girl just became the most, like whoever her father is, for life. He is shamed. Like, I think the most recent like famous girl, if you will, about something like this was that it was that remember that cop girl that got ran through?
Yeah.
Like they were on pedestals right now to one another. But however, the cop girl, like that was just their kink or whatever.
Right.
So I mean, no shade at them, I guess. But
so this ain't the Hauk Tuah girl. I guess this is her kink or this.
This no. Well, I don't know if the
did
video.
She Hauk Tuah or did she...
This guy's coming up to her just on a little podcast thing, right? Kind of like a Girls Gone Wild back thing in the 90s. Hey, tell me something that you do that just gets the men going crazy. And she's like, in the most like Alabama accent, she's like, oh, you got him with that surprise Hauk Tuah, and like puts a full enunciation and gestures it. And her friend next to her, they're on like a Six Club street looking area.
Yeah.
And just, she automatically is like, oh my God, you just really did that. But it took off like crazy.
Like fire. Because, I seen it the first time a few days ago.
There's the memes and the video memes. And
I'm literally
they even did a
Hakuna
Matata song.
Wow.
Yes, they've done it all. Like, the Lion King one was my biggest surprise.
They say the internet always wins. Hauk Tuah's dad and probably forever. Wow.
Yeah, she's degraded the family. She's.
I mean, what she does in her bedroom is what she does in her bedroom. I mean, you've done some things in the bedroom. Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
Yeah.
A license plate.
That's what I'm saying. This shit's wildfire, man.
Man, I mean, what is it? I mean, sometimes you gotta have fun. You gotta make it exciting.
Oh, absolutely. And she's just saying, hey, man, that's her thing. And she's gotten apparently enough reaction out of it from the one or the multiple that have been Hauk Tuah upon.
That's crazy, man.
And I mean, she just looks like the most stereotypical white Southern college girl, too.
Right.
Little tanned up. Hair.
Future Karen.
Nah. No, she looked like when the team wins, she wins. I mean, insert the metal drums, from the Girls Gone Wild. She would have been the poster child.
Man, those videos were fucking wild. I remember watching my first one, and it was like, honestly, not gonna lie to you, I was expecting more on like hardcore porn side, even more softcore porn. It's just like literally just girls being wild. Yeah, I was like, this is not
until like later on when they did the they had like the van or something like that.
Oh yeah, the old buddy started getting in trouble.
Yeah, that guy was something.
He made a lot of money.
He definitely did.
And lost it as faster than he ever made it. That was during
he had Snoop Dogg and everything with him.
I was during the Jerry Springer era. Me and Mike, were you with us when we talked about how I kind of got to think about it earlier today when Jerry Springer popped in my head. It was like the marginalized really don't have like a safe space, so to speak. They don't have like Jerry Springer gave the marginalized an arena to be themselves.
That was all scripted, man.
I mean,
well, maybe not all. Like earlier stuff probably wasn't.
No.
But after they saw like the potential and when things were starting to probably like dip in ratings, they were like, we got to get back to some of that.
Well,
how do we do it?
I heard you say it on the scripted part. See, it's like, did you ever watch that movie Ringmaster? Jerry Springer's movie.
No, I didn't.
It was actually pretty decent. Kind of gave you kind of like an inside look on how they operated. So yeah, of course, it was scripted, but it's like these two really have an issue with cheating. So what we want you to do for ratings, we want you to pump that shit up.
Yeah.
Right. We might bring in somebody else to make it more dramaful, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Put you in a green room, which they did a lot.
Yeah. They were in my opinion, like the first reality show.
Yeah, it would have to be.
It was, some of it or all was scripted reality, but I mean, they went from being like daytime with Oprah and The View and whatever type of clientele to being able to show it only at night.
Even then, he would interview the marginalized.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the same vein as he did in the end. It was more along the lines of like Donahue, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
Oprah. The one off every now and again, and then there's child abuse going on in people's homes.
Mm-hmm. I would like to know before, like, it was so much of a circus, which guest he had that either they started the show and they just didn't air it because it was just either too much for the member or the interviewee, or like Jerry probably had just too much of an opinion. Like, were there any that Jerry was just like, no, I can't do this? Because he would seem willing to do anything. I mean, other than like
him and Howard Stern. Yes, remember Howard Stern? He's not the same guy.
Howard is, ever since satellite radio grabbed him up. Yeah, he's obviously he does Howard. Oh, you want to go back further than that? You know Tom Likas?
No,
Ooh,
doesn't sound familiar.
Tom Likas, that man. Oh my goodness, especially during like my early coming up puberty era, that man was a cesspool. He's a radio personality, and he was the unviewed Howard Stern. He went out in town and did Girls Gone Wild before Girls Gone Wild, but it was radio based, and he was so degrading. I'm like, this guy. It was before, I don't want to say before internet, because internet was a very long time ago, but Tom Likas, man, you could pull up like YouTube.
Like 89 was like the first internet.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
commercial internet.
Yeah, like where it was.
Because of course there was ARPANET before that.
Mm-hmm. But like really, really viewed debauchery, or listened to debauchery, because occasionally there was clips that somehow, even during that era, came through of him like walking around town or something of the nature. But it was more of a call-in show, and people calling with their problems or concerns, and then every now and then, if this one girl would call, or not one girl, but if a girl would call, and she basically just jumped into like a Louisiana swamp of alligators, and he could pinpoint everything about whoever was calling and just rip them a new one.
Who that is? What's up? What's up? I know who you are, Felicia. Welcome. Thank you for joining.
Oh, well, if you're on, you got a live reaction for you then.
What was that? What's that?
Trying to see what.
Is that the Hauk Tuah?
Yeah, trying to get it.
I say it like I'm Chinese and shit. Hauk Tuah. It's like, Konnichiwa, Hauk Tuah. Well, what's up, world? It's your boy Dez, aka Karmic Dez 85. We also have Chris. Don't forget the exclamation point, and also don't forget to Google it. We're going to be doing your podcast for the night. We're going to be discussing. We're going to be talking about the declining dollar again. Also, we're going to discuss the Philippines issue.
We can, because they actually did just. I won't say the word. It's a sensitive one, but attacked a Philippine vessel, and they're also.
Oh, they did it.
They did. They well, I guess either start or save it for later. But yeah, they attacked a very small vessel, and one Philippine person, his thumb was severed from the incident. So America said that if their word was any act of aggression from China, towards the Philippines and or their merchant vessels and such. That, well, the Philippines started saying that it would be an act of war.
Right.
And because of all the treaties and embarkments that the U.S. has, that would immediately and automatically draw us into any conflict.
Right.
So Philippines, by saying any act, would be a result of war, and the man's thumb is severed and was gulped up by a fish, so they couldn't reattach it. The thing that defines us as humans, this man, and he's a fisherman, no longer has. So his livelihood's probably going to be gone or severely impacted by that.
Right.
And we're still here. But every strike group that's out there for the Navy right now just officially, like a couple of days ago, got the extension. It was just East Coasters, and now it's gone over to West. Everybody got extended.
Oh, and the whole Navy got extended.
The Navy.
So everybody's on high alert, essentially.
Yeah. And then there's very, 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 very small talk of, the 2025, like, starting of a draft or a more forcible, voluntarily, agreement to go to a service branch of some kind.
Right.
Whereas before, like, they weren't going to headhunt you if you didn't sign up for an enlisted or for a service branch.
Right.
They were just like, if you didn't put it.
I definitely have some thoughts on that. But let's backtrack to the situation with China and the Philippines. It's kind of so the video we watched. We posted it in the group, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk on the.
Oh, you posted on the
I know we posted
actual
it in the chat.
Facebook page.
Yeah, I don't know if we posted on the page.
I don't think so. If not, we will.
We'll go back. So that's what we're doing now. We're like every video we review, we posted in the Want to Talk About It group, so everybody can kind of see where our sources are. I feel like it's an easier route than to actually go back through each episode and video and put all of our sources. Our sources are on the page. Boom. There you go. You can take it, you can listen to it, read it, whatever, and interpret for what you want for yourself. So this particular video was who was the news?
Who's the anchor or the news?
Yeah.
For me, it's China Uncensored. It's a gentleman, and he has a pretty large team of who helps gather him information. But he's got a lot of resources, and he so basically there was a merchant vessel that was through the Philippines, and the Chinese not destroyers, because that's involving Chinese Navy, but you got your
it's like National Guard.
Yeah, so Philippines doing their own thing, and then these like 4 or 5 Chinese vessels come up with axes, knives, and not really swords, but longer, almost like bayonets on some of their weapons. No discharge of like ammunition.
Like pirate, like real.
Yeah, they're being fucking pirates.
And that's what it was described as in the video.
Yeah.
It's like they're like pirates.
They were like pirates, and they were the Philippines had a pontoon-based boat, air inflated,
small one, small boat for y'all.
And the CCP members were attacking and stabbing this air inflated vessel. So when you do that, you automatically know you're sinking the vessel.
Right.
It's not going to stand afloat. And then the Philippines were trying to ward them off while also trying to stay afloat, trying not to get killed. And there's no reason that this was going on except for what the CCP's answer basically was that they were protecting their waters.
Right.
I won't say when the globe was made, but when anybody centuries ago started naming things and they called it the South China Sea, I think that started the inflated ego, personal opinion, of any dictatorship from China. Because when you call it the South China Sea, outside looking
it's
in,
like my fucking name is in.
Yeah,
my name
what
is
do you mean
in
that's not my ocean? It's mine. It has my. Y'all gave you gave it to me,
right?
And then they create the 9 line. You know what that is and all, and
just in case I don't refresh my memory.
So the 9 so the 9 line, it is spanned out about as close as you can to get to the Taiwan Straits. Kind of like a sibling, like putting their hand out in front of you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. But they're fucking right there. Right. So they increase their area. They call it the 9 line. But China while it's mapped out on maps that they own, this 9-dash line area, they will not globally say that they own that area because they can't. But so the 9-dash line, if you go between there, what they're trying to do.
Sorry, Andy. If all y'all out there, if y'all think national and politics is fucking crazy, international politics, between the treaties and embargoes and pacts, it's all convoluted by this point.
Oh, absolutely. but this
it's like you punch me in the you punch me in the face, but I got a pact with Chris. If I get punched, he jumps in, but he made a pact with the guy who punched me in the face that if he does that, then they stop getting guns, and now he wants to help me, but he wants to keep his guns.
Yeah. It's all bullshit. It's all bad for you, right? But even in not to segue from, but even in the movie Barbie was not allowed to be shown in China because I didn't watch the movie, but I saw the segment from it, and the character who Barbie is, she's showing for some reason a global map, and it's got this red 9-dash line around China. It's not focused on it. It's kind of her talking to some people, and it's in the background, but it's definitely, you can make out that it's China, and they were an asshole about it, and they knew this was going to happen. Because apparently it was I won't say a political film, but it seemed like it had some, from what I heard, some kind of meaning behind it. Yeah. But them sticking this 9-dash line right behind her as she's giving what seems like some kind of maybe big part of the film speech. But yeah, China, after they saw that, they were like, it's not allowed in our country. But it's an area that they're trying to say is theirs, and if you pass through there with their idea, I guess what, in my opinion, their end result, what they want, or seems like they want, is they want to pull in Taiwan, and they keep saying for centuries that Taiwan is a part of China. They have their own government. They have their own voting system. They have their own president. They have their own president. Why aren't they under a dictatorship? But they're trying to basically, kind of like a girl that, we ain't together, but you keep telling, yeah, man, we're still together. We're still together. No, motherfucker, we say we're done with you. Like, something like that. So
you're cute when you're mad.
Taiwan and Philippines, man, they keep trying to distance themselves from the CCP's like rule and control. Yeah. But they can't. And every time they get a little further,
like with the Philippines, they don't even need passports right now, do they?
No. That's what I'm saying. Like, they do and have so much that's distanced themselves from saying or appearing to be under the control of CCP at all.
Right.
But China still tries and tries and tries, and it's all because of this, in my opinion, the water that they want to own, because they want to tax anybody and everybody who come through this area, and they would make trillions. A jet?
No, it's like it went black. The screen went black.
Oh, my bad. What?
I mean, I'm not sure if it went black. At the corner of my eye, I thought it went black, but hey, who knows?
I didn't catch that. But yeah, this maritime area, they want to rule and control so that they can tax every vessel that goes through there. I know that a lot of people don't know this, but the Straits of Hormuz, near like Saudi Arabia and stuff, every naval vessel, and it goes through the Straits of Hormuz to bring it to maybe what people, including your viewers, might know better. A couple years back, that tanker that locked its way in the river, and blocked the trade going on. Yeah. That's the Straits of Hormuz. Okay. An aircraft carrier, when you're going through there, you don't see any water. The water is so narrow. You just have enough water to barely keep afloat. They've put in so much sand over the decades to make this straits to where you can't go through there unless you pass through, and it costs at least an aircraft carrier $1 million to travel through. So China's over there looking at like, oh, they're fucks, I got something over there.
Right.
We want to do that. How? We don't have sand. We don't have an ability to really create something like that. So they try to pull in through other ways, Philippines and Taiwanese, to regain or have control of them. But with the Straits of Hormuz, you can be on the top of the aircraft carrier, and there's tanks, Humvees, 50 cal guns pointed right at you. And you can make out the guy's facial expressions. You're just that close to them. Like, you're on a boat floating, but all you see to the right and left of you is land. So that's just kind of a big mindfuck. You're like, how are we doing this? I'm gonna go back to sleep because if you're not on 50 count mount, you're only allowed to be up there. They call it the smoke pit to go up there and smoke. But if you don't smoke, you're up there just to be with people who do smoke.
See, the smokers get all the like. I mean, yeah, they're gonna
breaks
die earlier, but they get all the extra perks.
They do. Oh man, you're stressing. I'm gonna go smoke, and nobody tells you no.
Nobody says a thing. He's like,
well, on the boats they'll secure the smoke deck sometimes, but 95% of the time, anywhere you go from military to civilian hood, you're not gonna get told no.
It's like, where'd Chris go? He went to take a smoke break. Like, he just got
off
from lunch.
Yes, and
he just had a lunch. What do you mean?
And he's on clock. Yeah, the smoke breaks are always on clock. I find that absolutely
convenient, right?
Yeah. And 35 minutes after my 30-minute lunch, I'm gonna go. That's what, man. When I was at HEB, I never smoked, but I would have either gummy bears or I found those candy cigarettes, and I would say I'm gonna go smoke, and I'd go out there with the people who did.
Man, I started smoking.
They were like, Chris, we need you to come back to work. I'm on break, man. Because if you tell me to go back to work and not the smokers, we all going back. But or you can just accept it.
See, when I worked at Circuit City, it was like that. Like I said, I started smoking because, hey, man, I figured these guys, we got an hour break, but I figure, I can squeeze an extra hour break just from smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 puffs, buy 1 pack, it might last me 2 months,
Yeah, just put it out for the back end.
Yeah.
Got you away from the floor.
Yeah, so they caught on to that shit and was like, yeah, everybody, no more, y'all got 2 people at a time for smoke breaks. It's like, fuck, y'all fucked it up for me. Like, you're the new one. You fucked it up for us. Yeah. It's like, hey, don't gang on me. But, oh, man.
Everything, did you hear about Russia and North Korea? Vladimir went over and met with Kim Jong-un.
Matter of fact, I did see something in the paper.
Yeah, he met up with him. A Russian, I won't say representative, but a Russian authoritative person in power. Not to say just their ruler, but let alone their ruler. Hasn't been over there in like almost 10 to 15 years. And now we got shit going on over there. North Korea has always been known as kind of a, dome-based society. They don't want anything going in or out. Unless they control
but under baby, I don't want to disrespect him. Kim Jong Il.
Il was the dad.
Il was Kim Jong Un. Okay,
My white side said that, but if there's an accent, I'm sorry.
Like I said, I don't want to disrespect him because I understand. So Kim Jong Un, I think he's definitely been more open to the world as opposed to his dad. Kind of like how T'Challa was as opposed to his dad.
In that comparison, I totally agree with you. As far as, in my opinion, having more to have control over his people, much more, but less aggressive in nature than his dad.
Yeah. Like, they have K-pop groups visiting the White House.
Yeah.
That would have never happened with Kim Jong-il.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But out of America, if in my opinion, it may be actual fact, I'm not sure, but who do you think's been the most American that has done any huge diplomatic things with Kim Jong-un?
Right.
Yeah, like up to this day.
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman.
Yes.
Hands down.
Absolutely.
Dennis Rodman's always over in North Korea.
Was having a sleepover with the man. Like, I'm not saying Dennis for president, but Dennis for Congress? Get him at a table at the fucking United Nations, like as a guest speaker. Y'all fucking shit out. Let me come in here and tell you how I did this.
Every time I hear something about Dennis Rodman, it's either about the old Chicago Bulls days, or him chilling in North Korea with Kim Jong-un.
Isn't that crazy? Like, nobody can do that, especially no American can just dip over there like that and
Unless
get the
Dennis Rodman. Apparently, like I tell people all the time, Dennis Rodman, like when you look at his biography, this man has lived a hell of a life.
He has. He's done a lot. He's been seen doing a lot. He's been heard doing a lot. But man, he's had a hell of a life. Man. Like, if I was him, like, I don't know how his health is to this day, but if he's good in health, I'd be like, I could do nothing. As long as my bills are paid, I'm happy with. I've done.
But what is there left to do?
Oh, there's always something left to do.
I mean, yeah. But this is the guy for y'all that don't know that didn't watch the Michael Jordan. What's it called?
The E Sports or E30 whatever, the documentary about Jordan.
Yeah, if you didn't watch that, I can't remember the name of it. The Last Dance. If you didn't watch The Last Dance, or if you wasn't there for The Last Dance, this man Dennis Rodman showed up to a basketball game late, like missed all the practice, all the shoot arounds. He showed
no warm ups and nothing.
Showed up for the game,
and he's not even he's one of the best players, but he's not in the top 3. He's definitely almost a bench player.
Doesn't matter.
That would have been a huge insult to his career, but he could have been a bench member.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, he showed up 2-3 minutes before, just put his shit on.
Yeah. Doesn't show up.
Nobody has contact with him because cell phones aren't things.
Doesn't show up in a limo. Doesn't show up in a taxi. Doesn't show up in a suit. Doesn't show up in a business casual. This man shows up on a motorcycle in a wedding dress with Carmen Electra on the back. And the crazy part is, you would think that he married Carmen Electra and that he was the bride somehow. No. This man had returned from Vegas after having taken vows to marry himself. And went out there and balled.
Yeah. This is before any social media. He didn't. The popularity followed him.
You can't write this. You can't. Stephen King can't make this shit up. Gene Roddenberry.
And it's not gonna ever. It's never gonna be like that again. You're not gonna. No, there's too much control over players and how much worth they are and such.
Oh my god.
Your locators on your phones, etc. So Dennis.
You see how they do Draymond Green? There will never be another Dennis Rodman. Ever. You see how they did Iverson?
Yeah.
There will never be another Dennis Rodman. That was just
Green,
that was just happenstance and circumstance for Dennis Rodman, and all the best to you, bro.
Green. I'm so damn opinionated about that guy. He's a hell of a player. I'll open with that.
I mean,
he could be a little better, sure, but he's the Namakasu of the NBA.
I can't even say he plays his role, because if you took him away from the team during that their run, it's tough.
He's tough, and he intimidates some of the players on the court. And if in a game of any kind, if you can make the other party flinch, make a different move than they were planning to make, you're already in their head. Mm-hmm. And you always had, when he was on the court, you had to worry about where he was and what he was doing, to at least a degree of some nature.
And that kind of, that mentality right there, and Dennis Rodman had the same mentality.
But he really fucking
had to bring it back.
Him and Barkley, man.
But this guy, I sat and watched, in The Last Dance, and I sit and watched him, during, throughout, when they interview him, get a chance to interview him, his preparation for games. He wasn't the type of guy to go out there to, do the ball work. He watched how you moved. He watched how the ball moved. He watched how the ball moved after you shot that motherfucker off the rim. When I sat there and there's The Last Dance, and he's sitting here with Phil, and he's telling Phil, ball about to bounce left. Oh, it's gonna bounce right. Oh, high right. Oh, that's coming straight back. Bro.
When did he find the time to learn all this? Yeah, practicing, right? But he had shit scientific in his head. That's physics. There's more. Yeah, you can just see a ball hits that one spot 95% of the time goes the direction. But to know repetition, for him to say it, he's already mentally done it or has done it on the court.
And then be there.
Yeah.
And then that's a whole nother ball game to be there.
Yeah. That's why all the antics and stuff, I was like, he out there like the early Conor McGregor, basically. Conor took tips from him, probably. Oh, you want me to be an asshole? Oh, okay. I'll be like the Robin. Fuck.
Did you hear how he break down LeBron? How did you hear him explaining how you should defend LeBron?
Nah.
Man, he broke it down. He was like, man, I watched LeBron play. He's a good player. The thing is, he don't have nothing to the left. He said, what I would do, I would, just block off his right, make sure he goes to the left, get him there at one spot.
Keep shutting him down.
he was like, you know, he's not gonna, you know, if he can't pass the ball. He was like, he can't pass the ball on his right or some shit like that. I was like, oh,
You know what would be some? I think he's well past this idea of even trying this, but for entertainment purposes, I think this would be fun. We've had Avery Johnson on the Mavs, former player turned coach.
Okay.
You got Jason Kidd. Not to make fun of or pick on Dallas right now, but player turned coach.
Yeah.
And there's other players who have done that as well. I wonder if any time in history, or if it'd be awesome in the future, if some coach or a GM was to Rodman, hey, we're thinking about this as you as a coach. Could you imagine how defensive that team would be? Like, they would be putting up, in my opinion, defensive numbers that would never be seen again. Yeah, he can do it all, and they can also hire staff to help out what he's not 100% at. But his like play delivery, the mentality in his team's locker room, their swagger that they would have going to the court. Man, that would be a fun team to watch, I think.
I hear you.
And he would get back to yelling. He would make his men respect him.
But see, that's Rodman was never the team inspirer. That's my only disagreement with you there. Like, talent wise, knowledge wise, basketball acumen, yeah, all that hits. But when it comes to wanting to inspire the team, he was never the guy that really wanted to inspire the team. Not saying he couldn't.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think, not to say that side of him was a character, but once his like agent and stuff and all like how things were back then got to him, they were like, hey, they create an image of people sometimes, these different agents or talent people, whatever. We need you to be the hook. We need you to be the bull. You're going to be the sissy teenager. Something like they make the person appear better.
Right.
Could have Rodman. I mean, yeah, a little of that is nature. Damn sure, like some of the Vegas stunt and stuff, but
a little PR.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, his agent was scared and excited all times of the day and night. Like, is it going to be good, Rodman, or is he going to fuck some shit up and I got to go and do some climate control? Like, the man didn't get no sleep, probably, because as soon as he did, he thought Rodman was going to fuck his day up or make him more money. Like, so they cultivate around that, and they'll give him like a script. Hey, pick one of these 4 cards. Pick one of these 4 index cards. On the bottom of it's what your stupid stunt's going to be for next month's game. Okay. So I don't know, like.
But that seems like Rodman. He does that, right?
He does, and I think that he can play a coach.
So he'll do that, right? And then you think, as an agent, everything's cool. Okay, bet we got it under control. We got it tamped down. Then you turn on the TV. This man is out there. He done dyed his hair 2 different colors and put his jersey number in his hair. Like, well, Dennis, what
he came out dressed like Lady Gaga. He's wearing the meat dress. Fuck.
Bro, I thought we agreed.
But hey, especially if the NBA is right now. Did it bring ratings?
I mean, yeah,
ratings
it did.
What they need.
It did, because at that time I was like, "That's dope, bro. You put your jersey number in your head."
Yeah.
Bro. And then he showed up to the next game with reverse colors. I'm like, bro, he's out this world right now.
Yeah, and he was fucking around with those weird coked out white girls, and if you're on Baywatch, apparently you were going to get ran through by Rodman, because everybody had.
Talk about swag. Show up to the different game. You just had a game last night. How'd you find time to dye your hair a different color, bro?
Yeah. and I don't even, probably after like a little while, people stopped asking why, but they just said, like, how did you find the time? Not why or how, but I'm not shocked, but goddamn, when did you have time to do that?
Yeah, I watched a little biography on Dennis Rodman a few years back, and it explained everything. Like ultimately, what I think about Dennis Rodman, I don't know how we got on the subject of Dennis Rodman. We're gonna detour in a moment here. We're gonna segue this in a motherfucker. But the thing what I noticed about Dennis Rodman, he's a normal person.
Yes.
It's just that he wasn't raised boxed in. He had it rough. His parents kicked him out because, he's not a boxed in type of person. As soon as you try to box him in, he's not only going to get out the box, he's busting out the box, and he's going to create his own box to show
his knife into a razor blade and he's cutting his way out.
Right. And, he's going to create his own box. And he's going to live in that until, he feels...
We just lived in the Rodman world.
Yeah.
We need to see the next episode.
Yeah.
But favorite NBA player of all time?
Mine? Yeah. Jordan. Hands down.
Okay.
Even punching Steve Kerr and all, because at the end of the day, I feel him. I feel it. But sometimes as a leader,
the passion, the weight of the team.
You be like, man, I want to knock you the fuck out right now. But as a leader, you don't want to do it. But Michael Jordan said,
no. Say it and think it, but just don't act on it.
Yeah, Michael Jordan said, hey, you slight me in any way, I'm knocking the nigga out today. Huh? Bow! I said, you slight me in any way.
Yeah. And Jordan, he would definitely, I wouldn't say he was not raised privileged, but he got old enough, and everybody he encountered on the court or watching him always noticed or told him this, that you're going to be different. And obviously it's going to get to your head, and then you start thinking, all right, maybe I was made for this game. But then you refine it and etc. But Grant Hill is always mine.
They said
I'm talking
Michael
NBA
Jordan,
too.
I don't say Michael Jordan 2.0, but like Michael Jordan the second.
Yeah,
if he hadn't got injured as much, is what they say. That's what they say. The analysts. Yeah, got some more people in there. What's up, everybody? What's up? I can't even see what all that is.
Yeah, even him and his wife. I don't know if I'm a crazy fanboy over the guy in the family, but they're humanitarians. They do a lot of things to give back, and the amount that
never heard a bad thing about Grant Hill.
No, ever. He was even on Living Single.
Ever.
Yeah, he was
like
the
45
boyfriend.
Years old, something like that.
Now he's probably 45, 50. But yeah, even his come up, the injury it was severely unfortunate. But man, I had some ideas and really likable players. But when Grant Hill took the scene, man, I was 33 Piston every jersey I could get my hands on.
Oh, the battery notification up there on the Facebook. It's cool. I never got a Jordan jersey.
I never got a Jordan jersey?
No, I did get a Jordan jersey. I had the USA Dream Team.
I was
Jordan
gonna say
jersey.
those were even at Walmart.
Yeah,
that's when I got. That's the only Jordan. Well, that's the only Jordan that I bought. I think somebody in my family got me one of the JCPenney specials when they came around for like $20. Because you seen all the players started coming through. Back then, $20 is like $45.
Yeah.
But sometimes $35 they'd have on the jerseys. But yeah, if they started coming through JCPenney's, I could start getting them.
I don't know what's going on with the Facebook over there. It's probably going to drop in a minute.
It's been going crazy. I was watching some of the videos for other people too, and they've been glitching.
Oh, man. Oh, well. But like I said, we are going to segue. So, did you ever read the Book of Five Rings? That was one of the videos I put in the chat too.
Oh, the Christianity one, right? Was that it?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We do got that topic to cover too.
We do, just real quick.
So at the top was the Book of Five Rings. Basically the title of it was How to Outsmart Everyone.
That was like a 2-hour long video, wasn't it?
No, that was like
because there was one. I watched like an hour and 10 of it. I didn't. If I watched
that one might have been a little longer. Maybe about 45 minutes.
Depending on the day is when I can watch it. I think I watched a little bit of it. I don't think I finished it though.
Okay, so the basis of that was there's a samurai in feudal Japan named Musashi Miyamoto, I believe it is.
And
Musashi Miyamoto.
And he went Ronin, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This starting. I'm sorry. Keep going, but it's generating back in.
So when you read the book, it talks about a few battles that he has, and how he literally outsmarts his opponents. And the basis of the video was like, be like Miyamoto Moshio.
That guy.
Man. Yeah, be like him, right? And plan out your battles, plan out your strategies. Because, I mean, if you can do that, you're going to be a step ahead of your opponent in any game. So in the stories that were told, one particular one, he was there was another swordsman who heard about Musashi. He's like, hey, I want to put your skills to the test. And Musashi's like, nah, I'm cool. So, you know what I'm saying? He peeped it from like, damn, so I got my toenails out. You got your hairline combed over. Yo. Oh, he requested to be in the video. Hold on. I'm trying to get you in here, Mike. I don't know how this. Oh, Mike is on here. Bet. I don't know if I'll be able to hear you though, cause it's got the mic plugged into the cam. We're gonna see though. But so yeah, he was like, "Nah, I'm cool," you know what I'm saying? You know, but kind of, you know, what's the word? Damn, what is the word? What up, Mike? Damn, that was a lot of shit. What is the word? Kind midnight. Of what's the overview on the president? Foreshadowing. Kind of like foreshadowing the situation that he had an audio. Yeah, we couldn't hear you. So kind of foreshadowing the situation he's seen what this dude was on from a mile away, right? So dude was like, "Hey man, come on! Like I heard you the best. I'm the best."
Kendrick's reply. Oh, Drake drops it. All right, I got it.
Right. So like, you know, put your skills up. Dude's like, "Nah, not today." Right? Kind of walks off on him, plays to the left. So this dude's pissed off now. He's like, "Nah, fuck that. You dishonored me. You disrespected me. Now you gotta fight me." So Sasha's like, "Okay, look, I'll fight you. Right? Meet me at this tree, you know, in 3 days type shit, right?" So the dude, he hyped. He about to fight Musashi in like 3 days. You know, he training, he telling everybody, whoop whoop. He see Musashi walking around like nothing's about to happen. You know, he's just carrying on his life, right? So this is like getting to him, like, "Oh, you think I'm nothing? Like, you not even gonna practice? No training, nothing?" Like, "No, I'm cool." "Oh, okay." Yeah. Right? So the 3 days goes by. Man, Musashi just told him what time to meet me here so we could fight. You probably know this because military, right? So the angry swordsman, he shows up on time. Musashi ain't there. See, the thing is, Musashi never said that he was going to be there. He just said, "You need to be there to fight me."
Right? And when your mind is angered, you're clouded.
Right? So dude's waiting. Dude's waiting. Dude's waiting. He gets sick and fucking tired of waiting. He goes to find Musashi. He finds Musashi. Musashi's like, "What's up, hey, bro? Ain't you supposed to be meeting me at the tree so we can fight?" Dude's like, "Bro, you not even there. What you mean so we can fight?" So Musashi's like, "Well, bet. You want to fight right now?" Dude's like, "Fuck yeah, I want to fight right now. Show me you the best or whatever." So the dude, angry swordsman. Musashi peeked. The dude was so angry, he lost all his technique. Musashi beat him one strike, didn't even kill him. Told him to get the fuck on. And told him what the problem was. Told him, "I peeked you from a mile away. You were clouded by your first, your pride, and second, your anger. Both of those had you defeated 3 days ago when I told you no. But you kept pushing. And you almost died. So take this as a lesson. Get that shit under control." And that's why he was considered the greatest swordsman. Not because he literally beat you with the sword, because he beat you days before you popped up on him with the sword. That was just one story that I heard was dope as hell. And there's a whole book about that. Stuff like that. You gotta kind of like peeping the scene, peeping the atmosphere.
Yep. Asking who's all there.
Mm-hmm. Who's that on the Facebook? Got people on the Facebook too? What up, Facebook? So that if y'all get a chance to read that Book of Five Rings, definitely read it. I read that. The Tao Te Ching. You read that? Mm-hmm. It seemed like a bunch of riddles, but
like a book of poetry, you got to pick what you want out of it. It reads, but it doesn't read flowy.
Right. Like when you actually sit in, like you're gonna run into a situation, you can be like, oh, it'll say something like the river flows, so does the breeze. Grasshoppers chirp, birds fly. And we're like, what the fuck did I just read?
It was so statemented that at the moment it sticks in your head as a learning lesson for later.
Mm-hmm. And like something like that might mean like that regardless of what's going on around you, nature's still going to carry on. Whether you're here or not, birds are going to fly, grasshoppers are going to chirp, the breeze is going to breeze.
Yeah.
And that's what I take from Tao Te Ching. People take different interpretations that they want. What else? What else is good from there? From them in the Eastern cultures along that line. I know you. I know they made y'all read the Art of War.
Oh yeah,
The Art of War is
a staple.
it's actually beautiful. It's a beautiful read. I don't know which translation y'all read. We read the Thomas Cleary one.
Gosh. Everything's got a Department of Defense on it. So I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's all just either reprinted or a book that was in a library and it was all DoD based.
Reiterate for the
Defense
military.
stuff.
Yeah. Probably some stuff taken out.
Yeah.
But in that
Why
everything
does it say pull down page and they add their own taste to it?
Man. Remember, you don't fight fire with fire, folks. Just makes a bigger fire. And you don't want to burn their resources and yours. Just saying.
Hashtag CCP.
But yeah, the atheism thing. You watched that video?
I watched a majority of it. I definitely didn't have time to finish it though.
Yeah,
it was a long one.
I watch long videos.
Well, when I went to school, I would, but now it's like every 30 minutes or less. I need to do something. He needs to figure out something. He's very inquisitive right now, and I love it and regret it all in the same 10 seconds.
Because it's a why.
Yeah,
what about
it is very good inquisitive nature, or he just lacks the confidence. I've got to break down a barrier. I think with him, he doesn't have much confidence about certain things. But once he finds out he can do it, you just turn on an open waterfall of emotion and kid, and he's in it. But until he can, he beats himself up. So
I think in some ways that's good, but like you said, you're monitoring it to make sure it's not too much to where it becomes self-defeating.
Yeah, I just don't want barriers in front of him. I want him to, if he creates one, then that's his own thing. But he just goes into assuming everything's a giant difficult task until he does it enough to feel like repetition's easy. You know, fighting him up to get his books read. I can't do it, Daddy. Why can't you? I don't know. Okay, why don't you know? He just get frustrated and he's like, let me read the book.
You know what I would do in those situations? Like, I'd find an analog. They're like, well, they can't. I can't read it. It's too hard. Well,
the read along books.
Just
put your finger with as their. Yeah, but
my thing is like,
they even do that nowadays.
Well, I would like the kids. They'd have to have their homework or something like that. They'd read a book or something like that. It's too long. It's too long. It's too hard. It's too long reading. That's crazy because you were just in a game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
For about 5 hours.
Oof.
So at this point, what I'm saying is just a matter of interest. What if that was one of your manga? Oh, that book would have been read.
Sure, like it.
All right. So now it's an issue of. So I try to break it down to an issue of focus, and I found that with myself when I was going through school. I was like, man, this shit is boring, and I realized it's boring because first off, I'm not interested in it. So the fact that I was forcing myself to do it, like, I see what the kids were talking about. That for y'all parents at home, it does hurt. It hurts. It hurts to jam in some information that you're not really interested in that you have to learn. It hurts. I still remember. Ugh. But what I realized what it is, it's the neurons forming in order to take in that new information, and it's creating those new pathways. So there's literally construction going on.
Yeah.
So as long as you can get past that, you can get almost through anything.
Yeah, I do. I try to find relatable comparisons to things that he likes to do or just does on his own to correlate with what I'm trying to, a different task if it comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's working. He's 6, not going to college. I'm okay with that.
Well, let me ask you this, since we're getting on that, we're going to finish that topic on the next episode because we're already at 50 minutes. How do you feel about his religious choice?
I can almost say as like a conscientious opponent or observer. That phrase, anyhow. Religion doesn't bother me, and if it's something that you like to do, I really don't care what it is. Even agnostic, I'm not trying to like degrade that video or nothing like that. Bottom line.
Oh yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, as far as like some people, they would get very either angered, opinionated, guarded. I just listen on face value when it comes to like religions talk stuff.
Right.
I did in college. I did 3 semesters of world religions, and
you did 3?
3 semesters.
Oh,
yeah.
You got me beat. I did 2.
Oh, you were at Temple.
I was at CTC.
Oh, and I was TJC. But that was a fun class. But after like 5 days, they already had like 30 people drop.
What?
Because it was
world
religions. Yeah, they were that opinion, like mine's only good, or me and I'll accept 8 hours. And then when, this is back in, before 2010. So if someone was Muslim or any any faith of that we were actively still kind of engaged war with, and it was still, at college, these are some of the kids or adults, whatever, they had been in that war, and they got injured, and after 2 years or whatever, they were out in this class. And I loved going to those world religions classes because the ones who stayed could be objective and learning, or we all understood that if we just couldn't take any more of whatever somebody was spitting about their faith or their idea from, just get up and walk out. Like, it's easier to walk out and not say anything than say something and it says everything about you or what was be perceived about you.
Helps you keep your dignity.
Yeah, like, man, just go step out. Say it on somebody on the phone. Say it in the wall. Just don't say it in here unless it's productive.
Right.
And we all agree, like, everybody can have their own heavy opinions or whatever. The class was fun. But about that video, I don't have a problem with it because that was his choice about the matter. And did you hear about, not to stay away from that, but did you hear what Louisiana did with the 10 Commandments?
They're outlawing it, right?
Louisiana makes it a law to have them on the insides of all schools, of all public schools. 10 Commandments. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And if you go back, the capital G's in there. So where's the separation?
Well, in the first
can't have one nation under God anymore.
The first commandment is to not have no other God before me.
Yeah. Right off the rip. Not everybody follows a god. Some have deities. Some have folks. They have bingo bango stuff. Whatever they want.
Well, me and another guy talked about the other day. We made a little quip the other day. For the people who do believe in God, that's not so easy either.
Not at all.
It's not.
You got to keep combating.
But as far as like the moral commandments, the second commandment I believe is "Thou shalt not kill." Like, whoa. Whether you're a Christian, atheist, agnostic, Muslim,
it says nobody should
Buddhist,
kill anybody.
I think they all agree, that thou shalt not kill.
Oh.
I don't think I ran into any religion or spiritual teaching that's like, oh yeah, go ahead and kill. You'll be good.
Some versions of Satanism.
Well, I haven't ran into it.
That do you haven't made like a sacrifice or anything? Or some.
Well, when I looked into it, like that may be like a bastardization of it. Well, but I know they do blood sacrifices. but they don't go as far as to like kill. From what I looked into,
only through sacrifice. But if you don't deem sacrifice and killing,
well, there's blood sacrifice.
I'm sorry.
There's blood sacrifice.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I'm saying. But as far as like killing, because they respect their bodies, so I don't think
The bastardized versions.
Well, yeah,
the one that kind of has the was in Philadelphia, I think. They the first satanic church or mausoleum, one of their like big temple type things for their faith. They have the only one in America, and I think it's Philadelphia, and they do some unique fundraising in the areas.
You know what changed my mind on like other religions? Or really started to expand my mind. And I remember specifically the moment that like busted the doors open because I was raised Christian. I was at the old AGB over there by the Kmart.
Oh yeah, the one downtown.
Yeah, right. About where the church's chicken is at now.
Yeah, we had the coat, the photograph, the photo film on the right, them dark black aisles, and that roof was always fucked up.
The old
yeah.
And I remember a guy, he walked up on us, and he was talking to us, and he's still real nice. And I'm like a real vibe person. Like I really pick up on vibes, and like I really pick up on vibes, right? And I didn't pick up on like no vibe, like, and when I can pick up on empty vibes, I can pick up on bad vibes and good vibes. I picked up more of like a light vibe from him, and as I started finding out talking, he was like, I'm atheist. He was like, oh wow, there's this whole different perception of you people. Out there in the world.
There's all the different types of them, and any like subculture religions, they go and create their own thing. I mean, like what you like, or worship what you want to worship, etc. So you do you.
As long as it's generative, aka productive, makes you a better person.
Yeah, if whatever you're doing helps to refine you, I dance on saying how you think you should be in life, or just a decent human.
Right.
If it helps you achieve that in any way, cool. You do you, man.
Right.
And like different people in sobriety, they all take different paths. They find out something new about themselves. They find some other vice, but they're still not black and white. So, I don't know, the atheist thing, man. It's all faiths and religions that I've encountered all have I say this lightly, but an attraction to them. I see the appeal. Do I agree with it all the time? No. Do I, it'd be interesting, some of the different faiths and religions that I've heard about or have been around people practicing, if you could just kind of window shop all of them, and is that what we're supposed to have? Like, is that our...
I put that up towards one of the guys I talked to about these things, and he was saying, and it's good information, that it's good, very good advice, and it rings true. If you serve all masters, you serve no master. Right? So it's very hard to kind of walk the line of two, to take all the other in without diluting it within your rock, right? It takes a very, I won't say very special person, but it takes a dedicated mind to do that. So I definitely see where he comes from, and it's very good advice. But I also explained that there are dedicated minds that they're always the outlier. So with that being said, we're gonna have to pick that up. you just popped over the soda open.
Sorry.
It's your boy Dez, aka Comic Dez 85, on some of the platforms, not all the platforms. Probably the good ones that you know of. 2 of them now. And
Chris.
Google it. You Google it. We are out. Dominate your day or night. Have a good one, folks.
Okay, we are live. We are live, and I just want to put this out there. It's me, your ghost with the most, Zevious86. And I would like to extend an invitation to all of you people out there to check out my YouTube channel, The Retro Gaming Dojo. And all of the adjoining social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can find me on there. Search up that The Retro Gaming, one word, Dojo on those platforms. I talk about wrestling. I play a lot of cool ass music. And of course, the main dish of the channel, we live stream video games. So come through, come hang out, come chill, listen to some dope beats, and I'll see y'all there.